Ooh. How's it going, everyone? Gaza Valley back with another video. Hope everyone's doing well. Just going for a walk again in this. It's like this goldfield tracks. It's like where they used to do all the diggings and stuff, looking for the gold, all the prospectors and that. But yeah, just sit here. Sit here on the rock. It's really peaceful. Sounds like I can hear sounds like an owl. I don't know if you can hear that owl. Oh, it's stopped now. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Today I just want to talk about the illusion of the narcissist. I'm just thinking how, they come into your life, they give you this character, you think that, this amazing person, you think they're beautiful, you think they're intelligent, all these things, but they're just mirroring you, all your qualities, all your virtues, all your, your good character traits. They're just mirroring that back to you. They're just copycats. They just emulate empaths. And they just want to rush into your life, sell you a dream. They're like, oh yeah, I can provide, I can do this, I can do that. I've got my best interests in my heart for you. Yeah, we can go on that holiday. We can do all that together. We can do this fun stuff together. So they're just trying to get you trapped inside a trauma bond. But in the beginning, they'll just give you, this wonderful person. You think there's this kind, loving person that's got the best for you. But it's all a trap. They're just wearing a mask. They're just selling you this false character, mirroring you. They're just master manipulators. They've been doing this all their life, so they're experts at it, at setting traps, giving people the hot and cold, the push and pull, the reward and punishment. Think things are good and then they're bad, then they're good and then they're bad, and it's just throwing your balance all over the place, your nervous system. They're just destabilizing you, just bringing you into a shared fantasy. But of course you don't know that at the beginning. You don't know it's all an illusion. You don't know it's a facade, because these people are professional liars, manipulators. You didn't know that they want to dominate your life, intimidate you, gaslight you, brainwash you, indoctrinate you. You didn't know that they wanted to slowly destroy your life. You thought this person just, was just like those other people that you'd met through your life, most probably. They were generally, empathic people. You thought generally everyone had their best intention, their best interest in their heart for you, and you thought you struck gold with this person. Like you'd won the lottery or something. But no, it was all an illusion. It was all a facade. This person just playing a role, wearing a mask, pretending to be this loving, empathic person that wants the things that you want. They pretended to be, show you things of intimacy. In the beginning, they might have, been throwing their arms around you and being intimate and things like that. Just playing a role. It was all an illusion. They're just pathological liars. And they've done this many, many times before. But they've got to have supplies, they've got to have people in their lives they can drain from. Their grade A supplies. And then they've got their B supplies, and they're just going back and forth and, just draining everyone and pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. Even their flying monkeys. And whoever enables them. They're just pawns in a chessboard, people that are just moving around just so they can take advantage, exploit them also for their own benefit. Because no one's safe around a narcissist. Anyone's, susceptible, to being manipulated by them. And they don't care about anyone. They just pretend that they care. It's false love, it's false empathy. They're always rushing around. They want to rush into the relationship all in the beginning. It's just rush, rush, rush. And then they take you into a devaluation stage. They idealise you in the beginning, put you up on a pedestal, sell you the dream, get you hooked, emotionally trapped. They just want to get their hooks into your heart, emotionally trap you, psychologically trap you, believing in this false character and that they love you and things like that. When they're incapable of love, incapable of empathy. They've just got the cold empathy so they can take advantage of you. They can read into your emotions. They know when you're upset. Things like that. So with the cold empathy, they read into your feelings, but they don't actually feel how you feel because they don't have the effective empathy. So they're predators. They're just preying on people. They don't care about anyone. Their so-called friends or enablers, flying monkeys, family members, co-workers, people in the community. Anyone they associate with. They don't care about anyone. Only themselves. Only themselves. It's just all an illusion with them because they're a false character. They abandon who they are. They sacrifice who they are in the beginning. When they were younger, when they were like toddlers, they got abused, got neglected, pedestalized, or treated as a golden child with some form of abuse, extreme abuse, that made them just feel they weren't good enough. They got dissonance, so they dissociated from their true self, and now they put on the false self. They sacrificed their true self because they just believed it just wasn't good enough in their parents' eyes or their caretaker's eyes. But at the same time, as they went along, they got trapped and their false self consumed them. Until the true self was pretty much deactivated, completely deactivated. And then as they grew up, they learnt ways to how to manipulate people, exploit people, intimidate people, dominate people, being this covert person, this secretive lifestyle, you know, real clandestine, cloak and dagger. And so they just became professionals at it, experts. But at the same time, they not only lost their true self, but they lost the ability to love. They lost the ability to, care for others, to empathize and to see, other people as humans or separate from them. And they got trapped inside this delusional way of thinking, this mental illness. It's like brain damage. And so they just continued on with the false self. They lost the ability also to generate their own power and energy from within, so they can't generate their own happiness. So they need others. They feed on other people. They feed on other people's energy. They're like, emotional vampires. Like, they're like parasitic. They're like parasites looking for a host. They just go through life just leeching off people. And that's their time. They'll drain the time. They'll future fake them. They'll make confabulations and gaslight, things like that. They believe their own lies. They believe their own confabulations. And they just trap people into their web, into this so-called shared fantasy that's like some kind of like, it's almost like you're trapped in this like, in this kind of fairy tale that it's almost like you've taken a drug. But at the same time, it's like a horror movie. It's like all these things. It's like you're on, it's like almost taking an acid trip sometimes, and then you're in like a twilight zone. You don't know what's up, down, left, right, because they've been, brainwashing you. It's just like they inject you with this poison, and they just bring you into the fantasy, in this delusion. So you can't think straight. You can't. You mentally you can't think right. You can't hear things right. Like everything's just distorted. There's no clarity. There's just, you're confused. But this is what they want. They want you to destabilize and make you their slave, and just drain you for everything you've got. Drain your time, your energy. I mean, they live off your energy. You know, they drain your energy. You know, your finances, it's financial abuse. It's just, you know, it's multiple forms of abuse, or you're getting hit with all kinds of different abuse at the same time. It's a financial abuse. They're draining your money also, they're draining your time, you're draining your, you know, your finances, they're draining, you know, it's emotional abuse, you know, spiritual abuse. You know, you get into a dark place, and it's all illusions. It's like you're not yourself, you can't be yourself around these people. Because they live in a fantasy 24/7, they, you know, they're sick people, they have a mental illness, and they just bring you into that sickness. It's like eventually you just get sicker and sick, you know, you just get worse and worse. And they just want you, you know, physically weak. They want you confused, you know, discombobulated, disempowered, destabilized. You know, they want to fragment you, you know, have your emotions, you know, all over the place. And they just want to, you know, take away the things that make you you. They want to like steal your identity. They want to steal everything away from you. You take away your freedom, you know, like imprison you, you know, enmesh you. So it's like you don't have any autonomy, no self-efficacy or agency. They just want to take all that away from you. And they just want to be like the puppet masters of your life. You know, they don't want you to have a future. They don't want you to be healing. They don't want you to, you know, have an opinion. They just want you to be like a robot, like a yes person, or like a, you know, people pleaser, or like a slave. And even though, you know, you can do everything in your world, everything in your power, you can give everything to them because you believe that you love them, you care for them, you do anything for them. But they have insatiable needs for power and control. They've got a void inside. They just want power and control of your life. They want to strip all your power away and just dominate your life and just drain you of everything, and then they'll just discard you because there's no love there, there's no empathy, there's no care. You know, they objectify you. They see you as a, you know, an object that exists to serve them. You know, you're just an avatar in their mind. And it's just inevitable that, you know, they're going to discard you. They just want you to look after them for a while, be the caretaker, you know, be the, you know, support worker, or, you know, to stabilize them, to support them and give them everything. But they can't give you anything back. All they can do is just take away from you. They can't, you know, they can't love you, they can't empathize with you. They can't truly care for you. It's just all an illusion. And the more time that you spend with them, the more time, you know, or, you know, the more time that you spend with them, the sicker you're going to get. Because you just, you know, you just lose yourself in these relationships. You just completely lose yourself. You get the, you know, the cognitive dissonance, you get the CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, you get, you know, Stockholm syndrome, all kinds of health problems, you know, anxiety, depression, you know, like just so many things go wrong, you know, and you feel isolated, you know, they'll isolate you, they'll, you know, They basically just want to take away all your freedoms, and just turn you into an emotional, hostage. It's like they want to take you hostage. These people are just so sick, man. And like, a lot of people won't understand what you're going through because it's just so insane. I mean, these days, like, there's a lot of people out there, obviously, just as myself, you're like, that totally understands because I've been through it, But yeah, it's all an illusion. This person was an illusion, the illusion that they sold and everything like that to us, and that it's just these people they have their own agenda, their own selfish agenda. They don't think like us. They're just not like us. They're just running off a program from this trauma and abuse. And it's sad because, of course, we don't want anyone to, like, especially like people that we care about. We wanted to help them, we wanted to do everything we can, but it's just, some people just have to find their own way, or come to that realization, when they get left on their own. There's a possibility, they don't like being on their own. They've got to have a supply, because then it makes them feel like, they exist. Because and they've got like, they can drain their energy, their money, everything like that. They've got someone to big up their false self and, validate their false self, prop up the false ego and all that. I mean, their ego is like dysfunctional. I mean, of course they're dysfunctional. They're not even, they're divorced from reality. And they want to detach you from reality. And that's what they do. It's like this poison, through their gaslighting or through their, brainwashing, entrainment. Yeah, it's insidiously, like, slowly feed you this poison, have you on this, this trip, give you the half truths, the partial truths, like, or like just flat out lies, and you're doing all these things together, and you think you're with this person, but it's like it's a void. It's this person that, it's a false character. It's like a person that can't generate their own power from within, a person that can never be happy, and they just, they just, this void, it just wants to unload all this trauma and abuse onto you, because it can't, they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take, they don't want to be responsible for anything, that they've done, all the people that they've hurt in the past, and all the crooked things, all the corrupted things that they've done to other people and all their other victims. They just want to suppress it all. They're just running away from they're running away from the past, or running away from themselves, the reflection of themselves. They just want to continue on in, with the lie, the fallacy, the illusion. They don't want to come to reality. They're insecure, they're paranoid, they're just running away from it all. They can't access their positive emotions. They're all in this low frequency, this low vibe. They just want to bring you down into that. They want to trap you down in that. Just want to, trick people and trap people in that, and just keep them stuck. And after the discard or whatever, they go off and to another supplier, whatever, and it's another illusion. You know, they're trying to sell you the illusion that they're happy and things like that. These people can't be happy. They're miserable. They've got different forms of depression. They've got all this trauma inside them. You know, you just look like when you were with them and things like, you know, they're raging out when they don't get their own way because they're toddlers. You know, they're toddlers in grown-up bodies. They look like adults, but no, they're not. You know, they rage out. You know, they have all these memory gaps, and like they just distort. They just, you know, their brains are just distorted. Like you can't have like an adult conversation with this person because it's like it's a toddler. It's like behaviorally and like emotionally, they're just toddlers. So it's like, how can you have an adult conversation? It's like, you know, you may have had this type of thing where you're just sitting there and you get this like uncanny valley effect. You're just sitting there like it's almost like you're just talking to a robot that doesn't understand you, or just can't converse, can't like it's just surface knowledge. It's like if they say anything, it's just shallow. There's nothing there. There's just like there's no depth. There's no, you know, you're not going to get any kind of like, you know, philosophical conversation going with them. You know, they never learnt anything. They don't grow. They don't learn from their mistakes. They just go round and round in circles, like just trapped in a loop. And it's like you know, when we meet up with them or however they get us entangled in this toxic enmeshment, you know, this illusion, you know, the illusion of a relationship, because it's not really a relationship, it's just transaction. It's just transactional. It's just them stealing, you know, and slowly destroying, really. It's self-destructive to them, and it's destructive to everyone around them. And like they know they're hurting people, but they're just selfish. They're just self-entitled. They're just all about themselves. And that's just how they are. They just got this self-entitlement, this grandiosity. You know, they just think they're the best. They just, you know, they're just running away from the truth, and they just want to continue on just living the lie, and just suppressing anything that would, you know, cause them shame, because they're shame-based people. They've got this fear. You know, they're all low vibrational frequency. You know, they're all they can't access the positive emotions, the higher frequency, you know, and they just want to bring people into it, just get people caught in the crossfire of their disorder. They're just actors. They're like CGI actors, computer generated actors, just going through life, just living in a fantasy. But they can never be happy, never be satiated, because they've got the void. You know, it's all an illusion. It's an illusion of a relationship. Illusion, you know, the person is false. They just mirrored us, and now we're just trying to get back those, you know, those parts of ourselves. And there's that trauma bond and everything. There's that addiction, because it's like it's stronger than, you know, the addiction is like the trauma bond. It's like more than heroin. It's like, you know, you've been on this like serious drugs or something. That's the effect of it. It's just, and it's also a spiritual thing too. So it really gets you like stuck. It really gets you like, you know, it's like an attack on your system on all levels, on all different levels. But yeah, this is how they people live. And it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. So this is a pretty cool spot. It's like where they used to find all the gold and that, doing all the diggings and that. There's like all these tracks and things around. It's pretty cool. It was like when I was a kid, I used to go prospecting. So it's like it's got this kind of like nostalgia about it for me. But yeah, it was in a place called Ballarat. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing awesome. I hope everyone's doing well. Just want to make another video. Peace and love to everyone out there. You know, I'm super grateful for all the connections and things I've made through the channel and things like that. And people reaching out and like sharing their, you know, just sharing like with their stories or what have you. But yeah, there's like a little there's like a staircase over here. Just go over here. But yeah, peace and love to everyone out there. Keep moving forward. Keep progressing. You know, keep making the steps up. Step up. Give you another view of this spot. Yeah, peace and love. You know, keep your head up, keep progressing, keep moving forward. Hope everyone's doing well. You know, leave a comment in the comment section. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.